This is a daily chart of the Nasdaq. You can see that the characters kind of changed here in 2023. It hasn't really done much. I know it seems like a big rally, but if you take a look at the 30-minute chart, which gives us about a month's worth of data, you can still see that it's in this trade range between 10,200 and 11,000. So that's a wide range, 800 points, but still can't get too excited about an index. There's your 800 point range. Can't get too excited about an index that's trading 8%, or hold on a second, let me get the exact number. Don't want to fib here. 6.3% below its 200. It did rally above the 50 today, and that's significant because the Nasdaq has just been a laggard for the better part of 14 months now. So it's encouraging, but I wouldn't get too excited. What would get me more excited is if it ran through this black downtrending 200 simple moving average and ran through 12,000. That would be great. But anyway, I want to take a look at some of the other indexes because they're a little stronger than the Nasdaq. This is S&P 500, and you can see that it traded through the 50 and now is bumping up against the 200, 0.4%. So it'd be nice. You can see it's made a couple of attempts here and was thwarted, rejected like Matambo, but we'll see if it can get through it this time. 2023 sure has had much better breadth in the market as well. Take a look at IWM because this one rallied above its 200 today. Woohoo, look out, 0.5%. So that's more of a high risk, a risk on index, and the MDY, the mid caps. This one is trading, through the 200 and looking stronger than the other indexes. So I guess I could show you the Dow. I have a lot to get to today, and I want to keep this short. So there's the Dow above the 50. You can see the big golden cross, which everyone makes a big deal about, and it's holding. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm not going to poo-poo that. I want to, instead of starting with a theme, I want to a theme of stocks and groups. I want to take a look at some of the stocks that have been sold off. This is AMKR. This one's a semiconductor manufacturing stock, sold off hard below the 50, and people give up below the 50, and then it rallies to new highs, and this has been happening over and over again. And if you're waiting to buy, of course, I don't recommend to buy and sell because you got to do your own DD in this. We're all big boys and girls here as a disclaimer, but if you're looking to buy, I mean, this sucks if you're holding it from 29 down to 23. But if you're looking to buy, yeah, we can buy it at 23 and ride this sucker back up to 29. And so it's really a tough market, for people who are just trying to hold on to stocks, and they're slicing through their moving averages. And this is not the only one. There's a ton of them that made new highs today that recently sliced their 50. Just a common theme here. This is First Solar, and this one went from 173 to 141, and then 4 days is making new highs. So it's very difficult because a lot of people are conditioned, like myself, to sell when they slice their moving averages. But if you're just hunting for bargains and you see this thing at 140 and it starts to bounce here with some volume, then you can catch that ride. So if you're in the correction, it stinks, but we all like a correction because we can buy and then, take advantage of it. So it just depends on where you're at, in the position. This is Celsius. I don't know why I put on this one. Yeah, it rallied after it sliced its 50, but this just looks like a consolidation here. Yeah, consolidation with a handle. Yeah, it's a nice shakeout. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of shaking out. Yeah, that probably shook some people out of there. But anyway, just a lot of stocks. STLD is one that I've been watching here. 113, then it traded down to 85 or something, and there's since January it's just rallied hard and going back towards new highs again. JBL, and a group that I really like, the electronic contractor manufacturing with Plexus and Flex and Sanmina. This thing sliced its 50 and looks like it was giving up the ghost, and it turns around. You never know when they're going to stop going down. That's the problem with buying on the way down. But this one went up on some volume, and so if you caught that ride, congratulations. That seems to be a little better strategy here. Wait for these to pull back. This is a NVEC, made a new high today after slicing. It's 50. That one you had to be quick. Techs, machinery, construction. I like this group as well. That just seems like a nice consolidation, but it did slice its 50, and now it's rallying to new highs. So WWE, of course, this one had news, but it did slice its 50 hard. That's a nice pullback and just rallied higher, and it is holding its gains. WYNN, same thing, little news driven, sliced its 50 and now, rallies up. So anyway, don't give up. We're the never give up people here at the MC stock chart. So don't give up on your stock if it, slices below its 50 or even its 200. People were teasing me about ENPH. I have friends who just are going to hold this one, till they, die. But that's fine, that's fine. But it stopped going down on Tuesday, and today it rallied up, nearly 4%. So maybe this one's done going down. Like I say, this thing will probably have earnings and make a new high above 340 in a few weeks. Who knows? Same with SMCI. This thing sliced its 50, on that negative news report about some accounting fraudulent that happened 3 years ago. So I don't know about that. I don't know much about the company that, was denigrating their accounting practice, but keep an eye on this one. It does have a gap to fill here at, I believe it's 72.20. How's your memory? Yeah, 72.20. Okay, so good. Another one is ELF. This thing's going down. I don't know if it's profit taking. I was trying to look for news, but you cannot argue with that volume. People are selling this thing, but like I said, this thing will probably find support and bounce up the new highs in a few weeks, the way this market's going. Okay, I'm going to go to some themes now. I'm going to get out of this trade below the 50 and rally to new highs. I'm going to start with CROX. Why not? Because I am Mr. CROX, according to our good friend Mike Webster. Anyway, that they yesterday they held a webcast, and they up guidance and talked about how well Hey Dude was doing and their iconic CROX brand. But at the end of the webcast, the CFO just threw out a line saying they had a $1 billion, the board authorized $1 billion share buyback program. The move was kind of muted yesterday, but today this thing rallied, and you can see the increasing volume here on CROX. So $1 million share buyback program for a 7.5 billion company is a pretty significant buyback program. ULTA made another high today. ULTA Beauty, not a place that I frequent very often, but you can see the once again it sliced its 21, came down to close to its 50, and then rallied to new highs. So good for ULTA. Congrats to all you longs there holding ULTA Beauty. Deckers is another one that I like. It made a new high yesterday, just kind of squatted today. Nothing wrong with that. Up 1%, we'll take it, right? Another I'm going to call a restaurant stock that's a retail stock, of course. Retail restaurant. People go out, they shop, and they stop at the restaurant and have dinner. But this thing sliced its 50, rallied through. We've seen that before, haven't we? Okay. So Darden looks good as well. And there's also a couple other restaurant stocks that I like. Restaurants are doing well. This is Texas Roadhouse. This looks familiar as well. Sliced the 50, run up, and it's got a little standard buy point there. So Texas Roadhouse looks pretty good. All these companies have earnings coming up, so the proof will be in the pudding, as the saying goes. I cannot go through an evening without looking at some sort of oil stock. This is the number one group, oil and gas field services, and this is 9 Energy. Of course, it had a big run, holding its gains well, and looks strong, not doing nothing wrong. Same with Tidewater. Had this consolidation, ran up last week, I believe, or maybe it was Monday. You had a new highs, and now it's just kind of pulled back a little bit. That one looks good. I think I called this one a SLB, a widow stock. Widows can't afford to lose money, so they get into stocks that are safer. So it's just kind of another term for widow stock. Sorry about that, PC crowd. Anyway, no apologies needed. We'll go to Halliburton. Maybe that was the widow stock. This one is set up with a buy point there at $40, and just these things are doing well. I mean, they're not going to jump out and go up, 15, 20% in a week, but they're good, steady Eddie stocks and definitely doing well. I want to take a look at the biotech stocks because I can't go a day without drugs. And so this is CPRX. Like, once again, somebody is bugging me like, hey, why didn't you buy it at 9 like I did? Well, sure, you could buy it at 9 back last summer, but now you got to, pay up at 1981, right? So that's what the market dictates. You get the market that you get. You don't get the market that you want. So if you want to buy CPRX, it's going to cost you 1981. I did not buy it back there. I bought it back here at 1650 or whatever. And it's just trending along its moving averages and doing nothing wrong. Another one that I wanted to feature here at the MC stock charts is TGTX, but I got busy with a couple other stocks. But this one had a new drug approved at the end of 2022, and it's going to launch this year, multiple sclerosis drug, and it just kind of depends on how management handles their launch and how successful it is. So this stock, though, you cannot argue with the volume coming into it. And at 13, if it gets back to its old highs, around $50, yeah, we'll take a 4-bagger, no problem. I'm not saying that it will, but we'll see. I like that stock. What can I say? I like the stock. I also like Vertex. This one sliced its 50, came down to 200, found support, has earnings January 26th. Who knows? The way the market's going nowadays, it'll probably make a new high in February. Who knows? NBIX, this was crazy. They signed like $150 million deal, small deal with Voyager, and this thing sold off. But you can't argue with that kind of volume, right? Sliced its 50, and then last couple of days have kind of steadied, but still this thing is back to its old buy point there at 109. They have solid 31% sales growth, next year, $4 in earnings. So I don't know, that seems a little excessive on the sell-off there for a small little deal. Halo, I think they guided down today, and so this one's in the outhouse. Like I say, you can't argue with this volume. These big pink bars, don't argue with that. It's adios, muchachos for me. Anyway, I got to look at the home builders quickly. Lennar, this thing, they've been rallying, but KB after hours threw cold water on all this home builder stuff and said that the higher interest rates are really crushing demand and have been for the last, I think he said 6 months. But yeah, the chart looks good. The stocks are doing well, but that KBH, which makes kind of the lower end homes, and it kind of threw cold water on this market here this afternoon. So we'll see how these respond tomorrow. DR Horton is doing well. Meritage is they're building a lot of homes in my area, and this stock looks good. Got to look at the weekly on all these. And yeah, you got the blue dot special here, nice consolidation. This is base and base and base, and all they do is base. No, it's got some nice run up in its history here. There's a nice run up, some consolidation. Of course, the COVID, then another big run up, but it's been kind of consolidating there for a couple of years here. So definitely we'll keep an eye on Meritage, and of course Pulte Homes. They're also building a lot of homes around here and closing, and we can see them closing now. They're really not having supply chain issues. But anyway, let's move on to the machinery group. I'm not going to go through the commodities today. I'm just going to do the machinery, which is Tex here. This has a nice consolidation. It traded below its 50, and then it's nearing. I'm not going to say anything. You can see for yourself. See, what is the other one? Cat. Yeah, Cat. This one is getting away. This one's pushing away from its base. Has nice consolidation. This is a big company, so you got to look at the weekly charts, and it's just pushing away from its base. The other one is CNHI. This is based in UK, and it's not broken out, not pulling away from its base like the others. So it's a laggard in the group, right? But it has shown the ability to move. It's consolidated a long time. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Definitely near a buy point. Anyway, that's it for tonight. There's just a lot of ground to cover, but I'm going to end it there. We never give up. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.